Your PMS symptoms and period pains depends on how many stress you have in your life. I tell you, any kind of strugglings with PMS or period pains has the reason of stress. And every kind of stress is coming from a heavy lifestyle. In the last video, I talked about, we can't live like a robot, isn't it? Robot means he is every day the same. He has every day the same power and he acting every day same. So we are human. We can't do like that. Why we can't act and live like a robot? One reason is because of our hormones. Your hormones inside you, they changing your body feelings, your physical side, and also our mentality, your emotions. So how you can solve the problems and the strugglings with the PMS symptoms and that period pains? I told you earlier, it's because of a heavy lifestyle. To solve that, we have to check and analyze the 4 menstrual phases. Maybe you know you have not only the period time in the month. There are 3 other phases, and in every phase the hormones influences your body feelings and your emotions. You have to live your own lifestyle. You have to live with your inner rhythm. And your inner rhythm you can find in the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. Today we talk about the second phase. Here you can see the first phase. So the second phase of your menstrual cycle is that time after your period. Now you have an imagination. Definitely you know how is that time after the period. And if you have a very heavy period time always, then you know the time after period is the best, because everything is become, now finally lucky period is done. The pain is gone. Everything becomes more stressless and life begins again. Maybe you feel like reborn, isn't it? To really feel and realize the inner rhythm inside you, we have to check through a symbol. And this phase, the second phase, have 2 symbols. I have 2 symbols for you today. One symbol is the view through the seasons. So we have, winter, spring, summer and autumn. And the symbolic season for the second phase is spring. If you don't have that kind of seasons in your country, wait. Later on, I have another nice symbol you can understand very clearly and easily. So the symbol for that second menstrual phase is spring. Let's have a look to the spring and clearly see what is the inner rhythm, because we connect to the nature. We are a part of the nature. Even if we can't feel in everyday life, we are also a part of the nature. Let's take a look. How is the spring in the nature? So everything is wake up. Everything is like newborn. So the cold season is gone and it's getting warmer and brighter outside. And when you look to the ground and yes, to the plants, there is coming fragile, young, light green leaves and buds. Even on the trees, little small light green leaves coming out. But sometimes it can freeze and snows again. And then the young plants, the poor young plants, freeze, and because of that they are not strong enough, they die. So in generally, all the energy is coming back. Everything become colorful again. Everything take his head to the sun and enjoying the more bright and the more warmness. And now definitely you can see some things definitely matching very, very good to what is happening with our body and mental condition in our cycle. Definitely the energy is coming back to our body and we feel like reborn, or? So let's take a look deeper to what is happening with our emotions. And you can clearly connect your inner rhythm with that second symbolic of the second phase, who is very perfect if you don't have that kind of season of winter, spring, summer, autumn. And for everybody, for you, that you clearly feel and see what is happening with our emotions in our cycle, the time after your period. Let's take a look. The symbol for your second phase is the young woman. So it's the time from our teenage time when we grow up. We have a nice time as a teenage girl, and let's take a look. How is that teenage girl? She is curious. She is brave. She's playful. She try and experiment. She is very fit. She have lots of energy. She wants to go out from the home, from the parents, to see the friends, to have nice experiences. So how is that matching with our second phase? The young girl, more and more, she wants to go out. So it's the feeling what we have after the period, because our energy is coming back. We have the feeling to go more out and see our friends. In the period time, maybe you had that feeling to stay at home, to have more me time. You don't have the feeling to see anybody because, yeah, it's the feeling to go inside. And even because of that pains. So, and another nice thing, the young girl, she's euphoric and also naive. That word naive has big things inside. Even from myself, I know, I don't have good feeling to the word naive. So what is the meaning of naive? It has that things inside like experimenting, trying new things, trial and error. And that trial and error thing, that experimenting and failing and winning. This is one thing what is very, very difficult for many, many women on that planet. So even if you think about your last mistakes, what is coming to your mind? I know from myself, this is a big thing in my life. Mistakes, I don't want to make mistakes. Because society again influences and pressure us to a role. Yeah? So you have to be always big knowledgeable. You have to be the nice and friendly and that girl who don't make mistakes. What are the society think about mistakes? You know from the kindergarten and definitely from your school time. Mistakes are bad. I know also from my school time. Every mistake is like hell because there is some consequence from the mistakes. So even from the study time you see, it's not a nice feeling to have mistakes because teacher is telling some things to you. This is wrong. You don't make that mistake again. Parents telling that things at home when you're doing something wrong. All that things leads us to that thought, mistakes are bad. It's better to don't make mistakes. But what is that consequent from that? It kills so many things. If you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to try anything because you can fail if you try, isn't it? But without trying, you don't start new things. You don't start things what you don't know. You don't start things what you never done before. But from that, life getting boring, life getting hard and difficult, because if there is something what you don't like in your life, you have to change something. And definitely you have to do something new. Otherwise you're going the same way and you have the same results like before. So at the end, I want to give you some questions, including that question, what do you think about mistakes? Take that questions and go very deep inside that questions, because this is very helpful to find out your inner rhythm and what is disturbing your inner rhythm. In which way you don't live your inner rhythm. Because this is the reason for your heavy lifestyle and that stress in your life, what pushing your period pains and your PMS symptoms. If you really want to reduce your PMS symptoms and your period pains, you have to find your inner rhythm. You have to live your own healthy lifestyle, not that lifestyle what the society is pressuring you inside. Did you understand that? You have to go inside your 4 phases to really realize and check what is your inner rhythm. Because you are not a robot. You are not born to suffer and be unhappy. You are born to enjoy that life and be happy and healthy. So let's check the other second or 3 phases. Take a look at the first phase also of your menstrual cycle and find your inner rhythm and live your own lifestyle. Let's take a look and write me down in the comments what you find out from that questions. What you find out about your inner rhythm. Every phase has some holes where we can fall inside. Take a look. Let's see you in the next video. Bye.